Guys, welcome back. We're gonna go to two vintage shops and I'm trying to see if I can find some like vintage planters, planty things. And I've never been to those two shops. Feels like taking me. So I just want to take you guys on that journey to see if we find anything, to see if we're lucky. We're going to a different city named Amelia Island for it, and the reason behind it, it's because we're also visiting Phil's mom, who's here on vacation. So if you guys are interested, keep on watching because it should be a really fun day. Bye. And Phil says it's really heavy. How heavy do you think it is? How heavy do you think it is?
1,000,000 pounds.
1,000,000 pounds. We're going to the other store. So it's the next morning. We are back home from Amelia Island. And oh my gosh. So as you guys may have seen by now, the first antique shop was closed. And after that, we went to 3 others. And boy, did I get a crap load of stuff. I even ended up getting something for our garden that I envision for when the backyard is completed. And I just almost could barely stand it when I saw it. But yeah, I'm so excited for you to see so many goodies. And I'm also doing watering today, after I gather my energies, and I'm trying to save 2 plants. So this is my Camporfolia, and she has a fungal infection, and she has been losing all of her leaves. And so I ended up taking these 2 cuttings. So from what I ended up getting at the antique store, I'm going to place them there. But I made the cuttings. I checked that there was no fungus in the stem. And then I dumped them in rooting hormone to kind of help it, to see if I can save the plant, because this was one of my favorite plants. The leaves, growth structure, the veining is just so amazing. But it ended up getting that like fungal infection. I don't know where from. A lot of my plants did. I don't know. Well, during the winter, I want to say like 6 of them ended up getting fungus. And I think it was either poor air circulation, and they were too moist, because they were all, the ones that this happened to were in my IKEA cabinet. Isn't that weird? And I think it's because I kept it closed. Sometimes I open one of the doors, but I kept it closed. And then this Halophylla, which it's is not retaining water, which lets me to believe that it has root rot. And as you can see on the stem, so this particular stem is dead. From here down is dead. Look at the comparison between a healthy, I don't know if you can see it, because of the lighting, but this stem is nice and green. This one is just brown, and it's gonna, like, it's dead. So I'm gonna chop it all up so that I can have, those cuttings, and I'm gonna start the plant over. I don't believe this plant has ever been healthy. I think since I received it, I just could not keep it happy in any medium. It went from leca to soil, and I believe it came in sphagnum. So I'm probably gonna root it in water and just see. But it's just kind of aggravating. And I'm not gonna do anything with the planter just in case something grows out of it, because it would have been such a cute little thing. But yeah, Halophylla, pain in the hiney, aka pain in the hiney. So I guess let me finish my coffee, and then I'll show you guys my little antique haul so that you guys can let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoy antiquing. I could be there for days, especially places like the ones we visited yesterday. I was in shock because there was so much that your eye was catching, so many different places and angles and things. There was so much in these places, like at least in the last 2. It was incredible. Okay, so I had to wait a bit because Phil is cutting concrete outside and it's so noisy. So I started filming the whole portion of this video, and I was unable to complete it because it was just too much. So I'm starting over, and I want to show you guys the stuff that I ended up getting. I'm going to show you guys on the table, like the small items, and then I'm going to go and bring you to the larger items so that you guys can see. So I'm not bringing everything here and then having to take it back. But it was such a successful haul of antiques and things that I'm going to use for my plants. So I'm so excited. So at the first location, I ended up getting a mirror, and then the stuff that I'm going to show you guys. So I ended up finding this little plant saucers. Well, I'm going to use them as plant saucers. They were $1 each, and I think they're so like cute, like the pattern. And I'm going to be having so much fun removing the stickers. So I ended up getting that. They had, so he explained the situation between the main store and the house with all the antiques. So apparently that used to belong to his great grand uncle, and his grandfather purchased it from his great grand uncle, and his grandfather had the house for, you know, decades. It passed on to his father, and then it passed on to him, and he's probably in his 70s. So that secondary home that it's used as an antique store for larger items has been in his family for generations, and that was a really good thing to know, you know. And then on the upstairs, I remember that I showed you guys this thing. So even though it said $8, he's like, oh, that's in the $1 pile. So I was like, really? Okay, thank you. That's great. So he gave it to me for $1. I think it's so cute, and I'm going to use it as a cash pull. And I don't know. I know that when they had like the gold trim and things like that, it's just, I don't know. It's just like a reminder, like, be delicate. It's old. It has, I don't know. I love it so much. I also found at the main store this little jar. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with me, and every time I go to an antique store, if I find like shot glasses or things like that, I get them because I love placing my propagations and my carnivorous plants on them. That way it just makes it easier for me to know when they need to be watered. By the counter, he had this, it's pretty dirty, this little creamer with a syngonium, and he's like, you know what, I don't even know what I put there. I can't, like, he's like, I don't even know, you know, how to water it or whatever. And I'm like, no worries, I'm the plant lady. So I'm more than likely gonna take this out anyways, anything that he has in there. But I did love the fact that the creamer as a planter does look really nice. So I'm gonna see what in my collection would look really good in it, because I just love it so much, and that floral arrangement is just so cute for me. I just couldn't leave it behind. And he gave me a deal on absolutely everything. Like, I didn't pay anything that had the ticket price. I never paid it. With the exception of this coasters, because they I guess he's selling for someone else certain items. And then in the same table where the creamers were, there were these two which had that terracotta glaze color, and I figured that, you know what, as I'm starting to now use creamers for it, why not? So it'll be interesting to see what I have or what I place here, but I'm thinking that something either with a really, really dark foliage or very, very bright one. But either way, I would only use things in sphagnum here, since it's easier to detect when the water is needed. I didn't think they were all that, to be honest with you, but I thought, you know what, they're terracotta look, there's, I don't know, I just figured it was a good deal. Then I got this creamer too that I'm going to use as a planter. I honestly, when I got this one, there was a another group that it was like a set of things, but I decided to just get the creamer because I thought that this is going to make a really beautiful you know, planter and or cash bowl. And if I don't want it to be colorful, I can just turn it around and the plant can be displayed as a white whatever, planter. Then I found this one, which was, oh, I didn't realize the glass was broken right there. So I didn't realize that yesterday, but honestly, I don't care. It's so like different and unique, this shape. I felt like I grabbed it and I kept grabbing it and putting it back, grabbing it and putting it back. And then I was like, you know what? It's inexpensive. Let me take it home. And I really like it. And I feel like when it comes to this one, I'm either going to build a little terrarium so that it can display, or one of my carnivorous plants. But I really did like it a lot. Then, because I was purchasing a lot of things, I ended up grabbing these spoons, and he gifted them to me. And I figured that I can put, he had them marked at $6.95, but he gave them to me as a gift. He was very sweet. He had his cat in like a funnel, and I just asked him about his cat, and I told him about, you know, we kind of share stories, and then I learn about his, you know, history with the house. And he was such a nice guy. So he ended up gifting me this spoon, which I'm gonna use to, when I have to do mixes or anything like that. I figure that they will be cool. There's this the second one, second little spoon, and I'm not sure if it's like, they used to be $6.95. Okay, so that was a nice gift. So I honestly don't know if this is like a pipe or a spoon, but I'm gonna use it as a spoon, so that I can measure, you know, when I have to do like mixes for either fertilizers or pesticides or things like that. And then I found this one, which we could not figure out the reason behind that type of handle, and I thought that it was super cool. So I brought it to him and I said, I really find this intriguing and interesting, but it does not have a price. And he just kind of said, you know, it's yours. Like, he just gifted it to me, and I thought that that was so cute. And so I'm probably gonna like hang it somewhere as a statement piece. He had it hanging and it looks so cute, so I love it so much, and I'm so thankful that he did that. That was like super nice. I love when people kind of gift you things. Oh, look, it's the same color. I wonder if they go together. What do you think? That's pretty cool. Okay, well, that's cute. I'm happy. Okay, so, and then I ended up getting some like containers that I thought that had a great shape so that I can do some propagations. They all need to be washed. I love this one so much. I don't know what it is about like old glass jars, but I love them so flipping much. And when I came to pay, he actually, like, I guess between the propagation jars that, well, what it's a propagation jar. This used to be for acid. It says it was a soda, acid, fire extinguish, acid bottle. And it says fill to line. So I don't know. I thought it was super cool. And so I think between all the bottles, for example, what the deals that he was doing is like, I think it was like $22, and he's like, you'll have it for $12. Like, he just kind of gave me deals on everything, gifted me the 3 little spoons. Like, I thought he was so sweet. So I just definitely feel like he's the kind of business that I wouldn't mind driving back to kind of support it. And I did love the origin of his business. Phil's working outside, so I really hope that you guys don't keep hearing that. On the second location that we went to, was it the second? How many places did we go? I can't remember if I bought stuff at the second location. If I did, I can't. No, that was actually the second location. The first location was unsuccessful, so that was from the second location. And then in a little bit, I'm gonna show you guys the mirror that I ended up getting. But at the next location, I found this ugly planter, and it's so weird looking, and it looks like the bottom part, it looks like I don't know, part of barnacles and stuff, and it's like, I don't know if it aged that way, but I thought that it was super cool, and I didn't think it was attractive, but I liked it. I couldn't leave it behind. So I ended up getting this for my plants, and then let me show you. And then I ended up getting this candle lantern, and you can tell that this candle, it's way too big for it, but I love it so much. Once I use the candle, which smells like lemon, once I finish using the candle, it's gonna be a beautiful planter stand. And this was only $5. So I was like so happy that I found this, because it's so old and wicked cool, and I just love it so much. And then in the same place, I found this candle holder. And this one, what I love about this one is this one's heavy. This one's wrought iron. And I can put a glass vase in there with propagations, or I can put a planter there. I can do so many different things with this one, and I think it's so beautiful. And it's pretty big. It's pretty big. I don't know. I think it could fit a 5 or 6 inch planter in there, but I'm not sure. We'll know. We'll see soon. But I ended up getting this. This was $9. I noticed other people will go and like kind of work prices down, but I couldn't do that. I'm too embarrassed to do something like that. And at $9, I still believe that it was a really good deal. And I'm gonna tag you guys along so that you guys can see the rest of the stuff, because it's just a little bigger. So let me take you over there. And the house is a disaster, so it'll be different type of angles. One moment. Okay, so I ended up also getting this, which I was so excited about. So this, I honestly have no clue what this is. I think it's part concrete, and I found these 2 pillars, and they were $5 each, and I thought that was pretty cool because it'll bring a different type of look and texture to my home. So I ended up getting that, and I was so happy that I did. Let me turn on the light. Hold on. I don't believe the light made it any better, but I think you guys can tell. And then I found this one, which I'm probably gonna try to find like a jute basket and place it in there. But I thought that this was super cool looking for plant display, and this one was also $5. I don't know, I just really love it. What do you guys think? Is that good for $5? Then I saw this one, which that was also $5, and it has like a disgusting candle inside, so I'm just gonna take that out. And I'm gonna have, I don't like that it has like fish there. That's so weird. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to color it, is I'm gonna get a plant that hangs, so it kind of stops displaying that. And then this was actually such a cute statement piece, and I ended up, let me move this. So I ended up finding that, and that was the priciest thing of them all, because that was like $10. So I love it so much. I really do. And I do feel like it was such a good purchase, you know. By the way, look, I ended up reupholstering the chairs like I mentioned before, and I think they look so flippin' cute. I love it so much. I hope you guys can't hear that. So this is the next thing that I purchased. I don't want to move it out of there, but it's a mirror, and it was at the first. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can close the door to make it better. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do anything with the noise. And yes, I'm in my PJs. But I thought that this mirror is gonna look amazing in the mantle, because I'm gonna change the thing around. And as that, by the way, how the chairs look now that they're reupholstered, I am so happy with that look. And look, I have an office guest. But these are another two items that I ended up purchasing at that third location. No, this is at the, it doesn't matter which location, it's part of the haul. So I thought this was a good deal. I love the fact that it's like so, like the paint crackled like that. I just flippin' love it. So I ended up getting that, and I got this. And this was probably the priciest thing. It was, I don't know, it's wobbly and stuff, but it's so interesting and unique. So I think if I put a fern in there, it's gonna be really cool. And you can also, I can also hang it. So that's neat, but if it hangs, it's kind of sideways, so I'm not sure. Or you can stand, but I thought that that was like a really interesting piece, so I did take it. Oh, there's another piece that, unrelated, Phil gifted it to me. But look at this. Let me get it. Okay. I still don't know what I'm placing on it. But I thought that that's like a really interesting and unique piece. He went last weekend to antique shopping and thought of me and ended up gifting me this. And it opens right here. You just pull it up and you can put a plant there or a candle. So I thought that was really sweet that he thought of me that way. And I put it back. So and he ended up bringing the philodendron rojo congo back. He said that it did not, you know, it did not bring him joy. So I put it here for now because I know that this is like too much in my office. So it's really big and it was growing nicely for him, but he doesn't like it. He said that it just, he'd rather have the other plants that he has in his office. He has about 15 plants in his office, and this one did not spark him joy. So I probably will wait until my family visits if I don't fall in love with it by then, because I do have a smaller version. And if by the time they come I don't feel like it sparks me joy anymore, I will gift it to my mom or my sisters, since they do so well with the plants I gift them. And let's go back to the last item. By the way, I've been propagating a lot of planty babies. They look so cute. I also did some propagations here, and I'm gonna do way more when I now complete. And this plant right here, I need to repot it so badly. You can tell when the leaves are just turning yellow and dropping. It's so bad. It needs to be repotted so badly. So I need to see if I have something big enough to do the repotting. But let me bring you to the last item, which I am so in love with. So this, guys, this is the last item that I ended up getting for the garden. And I'm not sure if you're able to see its beauty, but holy smokes, this is such a beautiful card. Let me see if I can move it to better lighting, because it's very hard to get good lighting at this time. Hold on one second. Sorry, I don't think I'm gonna get better lighting than this, sadly. But this is the vendor that I ended up seeing the little cart when it was the place was closed, and she was nice enough to say, yeah, absolutely, I'll sell it to you. I know that because it's like the way it is, it's kind of hard to see its beauty, but look, you just kind of pull it here and the little wheels work. And I ended up getting some sealant because it's going to be outside. It's too big to be indoors, but the bottom looks like a baby carriage. And then it has this extra one, which I can put like plenty of plants, I think 2 per. I think it's going to be so beautiful. What do you guys think of this piece? Like, after it was like our dinner was completed, I rushed back because I had paid for it over the phone. The lady just, it was just so, I just think it's so beautiful and I love it so much. And the handle, it's so cool, and you just kind of lift it. It's not heavy, which I love, because if I want to move it around, I think what will make it heavy will be the plants. But whatever the case, you know, I think it was just so, oh my gosh, my hair is a disaster. So what did you guys think about my antique plenty able to use items haul? Like, I had so much fun going and just kind of taking time away. It took a while to be able to leave in the morning. My body wasn't being very nice, but once we went out there, it was just so much fun. We had an amazing dinner. We had amazing shopping. We got to spend time with family. And now I get to work on items to display in my home that are unique. And I just can't get enough of the items that I found and the nice people out there. So I do want to thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know which item was your favorite. My office is a disaster. But this was definitely mine. Like, being able to find this piece was just incredible. And I just, yeah, last night, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of sat on one of my antique chairs, and it was next to it, and I just kind of stayed there for a while, just smiling, just looking at it and smiling. And I just could not get enough of it. I was mentioning to Phil that the top part, the way the silhouette is, it reminds me of a lot of fences of friends that my dad used to have when I was very, very little. And I just thought that it was really cool and different. But Phil's cutting concrete again, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I do want to thank you guys for stopping by, for watching, and until next time, bye.